Hello everyone, I am sathyaseelan from 3rd year Aeronautical Engineering, SNS College of Technology. Today we are going to talk about the article about 3D printed rocket. Abstract. The volatile nature of space rocket engine means that many early prototypes and up embedded in dirt banks of decoating the tops of any tree that are unfortunate enough to neighbor testing site. Unintended exposing are in fact so common that rocket scientists have come up with a for when it happens. Every time a rocket engine blow up, the source of failure need to found so that it can be fixed. A new and improved engine is then designed, manufactured, shipped to this test site and fired, and the cycle being again until the only disassembly taking place is of the slow schedule kind. Perfecting rocket engine in this way is one of the main source of developmental delay in what is a rapidly expanding space industry. Today 3D printing technology using heat resistant metal alloy is revolutionizing trial and error rocket development. Whole structure that would have previously required hundreds of distinct components can now be printed in a matter of days. This means you can expect to see many more rockets blowing into tiny pieces in the coming years. But the parts they are actually made of are set to become large and fewer as the private sector space race intensives. Using 3D printing also helps manufacturing reduce the weight of complex rocket as fewer nuts, bolts and welds are required to produce their complex structures. 3D printing is especially using in manufacturing an engine's complex cooled nozzle which route cool fuel around the hot engine to simultaneously cool the engine valve and preheat the cold fuel before combustion. Conclusion. Building a rocket cheap, inventors may get flightly as the RUD scrap help being to mount. Companies waving to launch payload in space to take a public relation knock whenever they forced to push back their launch schedule on account faculty rockets. It remains to be seen whether an entire rocket, including its engine, can be 3D printed in one piece. But that clearly the direction of travel for an industry in which lightweight, complex in-house manufacturing will define which payload entire orbit and which end up rapidly disassembling at